Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you something completely different. This is not car related at all. My mother-in-law is unfortunately confined to a wheelchair. This means that she needs assistance with moving from a chair to the bed, or the bed to the toilet, or obviously vice versa. This means that she can't come and see us very easily. She requires two people to assist her in moving about from one place to another. Now you can buy devices like this that I'll insert into the video now for moving people from one place to another, patient transfer device. Unfortunately, they are, for us, prohibitively expensive. I thought, why not try and build a copy, my own version of it, for our use, so that my mother-in-law can come and visit and my wife can assist her with manoeuvring from chair to bed to toilet, etc., as a one-person operation. So I've got this piece of box section here, which was going to at one stage become a tow bar, but that was for a different day. So now it's got probably a more important purpose. We're going to give that a good clean up because it's got a little bit of surface rust on it. Cut it to length, and then that's going to be the crossbar for the front. So I'll just cut this a little shorter, and then we'll start fabricating what we need for the front wheels to go on. So there we've got a nice clean piece of metal again to start. It's good and strong. I think it's probably a 4mm wall thickness on it. Quite sturdy, so I'm going to take lots of torsional strength in it, because obviously the bars are going to come up off of here that then bend and become the seat. So it's got to have some decent strength to it. So that's going to be the main sort of basis of the whole thing. While I was cleaning these bits up, I thought to myself, that's not going to work. If I put them there and there, and then have the hinge position over here, the mechanism that pushes these in and out on these rear arms is going to have to be massively extended, because from the push point in the centre here out to here is no good. The push point can come out from here and can go to around here, so the hinge needs to be there so that they work like that. If I put the hinge here, then the push point is going to have to be extended out to probably here, so that's going to mean that there's a much more cumbersome mechanism in here. Admittedly, it will be underneath the foot plate, but it will need to be a longer mechanism, and with the longer bits there's more chance of things getting damaged or bent. So I'm going to actually hinge it directly from the back of this bar. That doesn't mean these are going to waste. These are actually going to turn and go on the front there, and that is going to be the mounting for the front wheels to sit under. So there we've got the front crossbar and the mounts for the front wheels to go onto. Get rid of that earth clamp for a minute. That's welded all round, so good and strong, and we'll put that to one side for a bit and let that cool down. The next part, which is another piece of box section that I've got left from another job, so we'll once again give this a good clean up. I'm going to halve this. This is going to become our legs that come back from that crossbar that we've just built. So there we have two of those cleaned up. Can give them a little bit more of a clean up if there's any little areas that I've missed, but they will make our rear legs that will hinge out from the front bar like that. Now on here we've got to put a plate on that the wheel can attach to, so I'm going to put a plate on that comes down and then folds about here and then comes out. This plate is what we're going to use. It's 10mm thick, very sturdy. Now we're going to cut it in half, and then it will weld onto there and have a fold in it across here so that it runs out of there. It will come down and then it will fold and come along here, a bit like this, or should I say exactly like that. These two pieces here are going to be the uprights that come up from here, and they're going to come basically out of the centres of these, come up, and they're going to come up to about knee height. The footboard is going to sit in just in here behind this bar, and then these are going to come up to about knee height at 90 degrees to this. So they're going to come straight up from here. Once they're at knee height, they're going to need to bend and return backwards, so that they can also incorporate a seat. As you get further back, there's going to be a seat mounted up here as well. So we're going to need to basically bend these. Now I don't have a way of forming bends in these, so they're going to have to be cut in a small series of notchings, and then bend, weld, another notch, so they can be cut in potentially 2 or 3. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be a bit trial and error, but we'll cut the first ones, see where we end up. As long as they're matching and we end up in the right place with them at the end, I'm not worried if I cut 2, 3, 4, doesn't matter how many. So I want basically pretty much a 45 to 50 degree bend in these, to suit a sensible sort of bend in your knee, as a half sitting, half standing position, halfway between sitting down and standing up. So I've cut a couple of notches out here. Still a bit warm at the moment, but we'll see what these give us. It may be that we need to put a third one in, but let's see what we've got here. Should have pretty much a matching pair there, and they are perfect. They're perfectly even. They mirror one another perfectly. I think I will need to go a little bit tighter with them, so maybe I'll put a tiny bend in up here, but perhaps not quite as big as these two were. So yeah, we'll cut another little notch out of here and just tighten it up slightly, I think. So there we are. I've had about 14mm out of each of these. I've just taken 10mm out of this one, so hopefully this will tighten it up enough to give us the angle we want. And also, hopefully, they will still be matching and mirroring one another. So there we are, nice and even. So they are then ready to go onto the top of this part. So we've got these bars are the uprights all welded on now, and we've got these which I've just cut that are the arms that are going to stick up from here and here and are going to become the sort of grab rail, I suppose you'd call it, that you pull yourself up with. But we'll get these stuck on here and then get the handle across. Right, so here we are at the moment. We've got the front part of the frame that the front wheel's attached to. We've got our upright supports which come up, which will become the position for the seat to attach to. We've got our forward risers, and we've got a crossbar here, which is the pull-up crossbar. So when you bring a wheelchair into this position here, you'll put your feet there, and then reach to this and pull yourself up into a standing position so that you can then fold the seat pieces around behind the person that's using it and then lower yourself back onto that seat. Now, in order to get the wheelchair into the gap, we have to have a hinged rear leg that's going to come out from these 2 points there and there. Those parts look like this. Now, you've seen these, or one of these, in a part finished sort of condition before. It's now got the upright on it that will act as the hinge. We've got both of them made with the plate that the wheel will attach to, and we've got some arms welded on just here, which will operate the pivot and allow these legs to move in and out to accommodate the wheelchair. We also have these now, which transmit from the control lever to operate these. And we have the control lever. When everything here is put together, it looks roughly like this. So first of all, the rear legs just slot into there. Like that. Then I'll turn it round again. We have the bar that will work as the lever to operate these legs. This will need a couple of bolts in it before it goes on. And then that's onto there. These bars then run between here and this leg, and this one is a different design with a crank in the end of it, because that one runs between there and there. Although saying that, I've actually put them on the wrong way round. Because of the direction of the twist in here, this one will only fit on this side because it has to clear this bar here. When it's over this side, that will contact this bar. So obviously no good. So here we have basically the finished article. There's a little bit of grinding up on some welds, capping some ends of pipes and open areas like this, and just a little bit of fettling really. The user will have a baseboard in here. There will also be a knee board that goes across so that you can rest your feet on the baseboard and then put your knees into a cushioned knee board there, and you can pull yourselves up using the hand bar here. These parts will then be cushioned and will lock into place once the user is on, and then they can lower themselves back down so they're sitting onto two cushion pads on here. A little bit of paint and a little bit of adjustment, and we're ready to go. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've got about 100 more people, 100 more subscribers to go until I hit the 1,000. Please do hit like, subscribe and share, and I can get much more regular content out to you. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time.